Shalom. This your boy Raya Allah coming at you with another lesson. But first and foremost, we definitely got to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and Allah Shawan Kwadash. We're going to start off by saying, Call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Ha Rekah Kwadash. My mouth definitely want to give double honor to the apostles of GMS and their elders. Definitely want to give honors to my elders, Zaquan, Harwan, Ban Yasha, all of the Lions Den Camp located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Shalom to the elect, the sincere, Akin Akwathim that believe in this truth. Shalom. Today's lesson is going to be based off of prophecy, right? So I got an article reads. It says North Korea threat could change drastically given Russia's corporation, U.S. official, right? So I'm gonna go through the article, but I want to jump down to a point. At the bottom, it says Putin has deepened ties with North Korea since sending troops into Ukraine in 2022, and Washington has condemned what it says have been significant North Korea missile deliveries to Russia, right? Aimed concerns that Russia could be sharing weapons technology with Pyongyang in return. Pyongyang is just the North Korea's capital, right? So this is the weak saying, they are strong, man. Russia is sharing technology with North Korea, man, and you already know how crazy Kim Jong Un is, man. So Russia has always been at the top of production when it comes to weaponry, right? Especially nuclear weapon systems. If you go into the history of them trying to go to the moon when they had the race going to the moon, America and Russia and China, right? A lot of that technology came from the Russians. I forgot the man's name who came over to America. Um, he really was giving a lot of information to America on how to build rockets and stuff like that. I believe that was right after the fall of Hitler, right? But back to the point. So Russia is now sharing their technology that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has given to them, right? And now they're sharing that technology with North Korea, right? So we know that NATO and America is at war pretty much with the BRICS nations, right? Because America is they pretty much stretched out, right? They're trying to back Ukraine, they're trying to back Taiwan, they're trying to back South Korea, so they got their hands full right now. And right now America is going at it with Yemen. So this is all the kings of the earth, right? All the high-powered nations, right, going against they're basically tired of America's way of life, their philosophies. They're tired of the dollar. They want to be back in rulership, right? This is Joel 3, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, right? So that's our job, man, to proclaim the truth to the Gentiles, right? To bring them back to remembrance on who they are, for one, and to give them the prophecies that the Lord has placed on paper for us, right? He has spoken, and he has written it, man, right, through the men of the Lord, right? So we're supposed to proclaim the prophecies to our people, man. It says, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong, right? And this is North Korea, right? Which once used to be uh, North Korea and South Korea used to be at a bad state a long while back, right? A third world country, right? So now they're in cahoots with, North Korea is in cahoots with Russia, and they're gaining technology from Russia. So you can only imagine how powerful North Korea is becoming, basically, right? They're getting technology from Russia. They're sharing missiles with Russia, and Russia sharing technology with them, right? And throughout the last year, 2 years almost, we've been seeing Russia amping up their nuclear missiles technology, right? Coming out with all these different missiles and Satan 1, Satan 2, all of these different Poseidon. I think it's a missile called Poseidon they have. So they got nuclear missiles that can go in the water. They got nuclear missiles that can go from one continent to the next continent, right? So Russia is not playing. And they can do that strictly from their ground, from their location, straight from the ground, from one continent to the next continent, right? So this is the weak saying, they are strong, man. North Korea, um, you know, uh, basically saying, look, I'm gonna be in cahoots with Russia, and they're gonna receive all this technology, and they're quick on building stuff over there in North Korea, so I'm sure they will have some new nuclear missiles coming out pretty soon, right? But all this is the Lord turning up the fire, man, right? To bring destruction and bring judgment against these wicked ass nations, man. Right. So back to the article. Start from the top. It reads, the nature of the security that possessed by Asalaki, the nature of the security threat posed by North Korea could change drastically in the coming decade as a result of its unprecedented cooperation with Russia. The White House senior, the White House's senior director for arms control, uh, Pranay Vadi, I probably said that wrong. But like you said on Thursday, quote, what we're seeing between Russia and North Korea is an unprecedented level of cooperation in the military sphere. Vadi told Washington's Center for Strategic and International Studies think tank. And I say unprecedented very deliberately. We have never seen this before, right? This is the weak saying they are strong, man. They are gathering, they're beating their plowshares into swords and pruning hooks. I mean, I'm Salaki. They are beating their. Make sure I don't chop that up. Right? It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, man. Right? And that's what North Korea is doing by teaming up with Russia, right? The BRICS nations, right? So now the BRICS nations have become a major powerhouse, right? They're pretty much taking over the GDP, right? They're pretty much they have control over all the resources, pretty much for the most part, and they're gaining control over the stuff that they don't have control over. All of that's what they're fighting for right now, right? They want to be back in power, right? Especially Russia, right? They're sick of the whore, which is America, man. Right? They're done sipping from that cup of America's philosophies, man. Right? And their way of life. It says, Vadi said it was necessary to pay close attention, not just to nuclear armed North Korea's help for Russia's war in Ukraine, primarily in the form of missile systems, but what could be going in the other direction as well, right? Meaning, what is Russia sharing with North Korea for them supplying them with weaponry or with weapons, pretty much like missiles and ammo and stuff like that. What is Russia giving to North Korea in return? Right? Their nuclear technology, man, right? And which is going to increase North Korea's power, right? It says, how could that improve North Korea's capabilities, man? And what does that mean for our own intended deterrence posture in the region with both Korea and Japan? I think the nature of North Korea as a threat in the region could drastically change over the coming decade as a result of this cooperation, Vadi said. Vadi said the United States would continue to work with South Korea, right, to make sure their combined extended deterrence was as credible as possible in the face of the evolving North Korea threat. A reference to the U.S. Nuclear umbrella protecting allies, right? Let me read that again. was as credible as possible in the face of the evolving North Korea threat, man. They're evolving, man, right? Let the weak say I am strong. They're beating their plowshares into swords and their pruning hooks into spears, man, right? By gaining more information, more technology from a powerhouse like Russia, right? the Lord is raising these nations up, man, right? To bring them to the valley of Jehoshaphat for their judgment, man, right? Meaning World War III, right? Meaning that he's going to have all these nations, right, battling with each other, right, to bring in the downfall of America, right? So, and that's what we look for, man, because that's the faith and patience of the saints, man. Because when that happens, man, our deliverance is nigh, man. Right? We'll be looking up for Yahweh to be, calling us up, right? It says Vadi said to the United States. Salaki, I'm gonna go back down. Was as credible as possible in the face of the evolving North Korea threat. A reference to the U.S. nuclear umbrella protecting allies, man. Right. So that's Russia protecting their allies by giving them more nuclear power, nuclear technology. Right. Cut this heat off real quick. That thing burning me up, boy. It says, as how much of a worry it was that such allies would pursue their own nuclear defense capabilities in the face of the growing North Korea threat, man, Vadi said, right? So basically, all of these nations, the Lord is making Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right, is turning up these nations, man, and basically feeding them the nuclear technology so they can build up their nuclear defense, right? For that day of judgment, right? At some point, all these missiles are going to be shot off, man, right? 200 million warheads, right, is prophesied to hit America, man, and destroy this place, which will turn this place into a lake of fire, man, right? It says, we want to make sure that the U.S. nuclear umbrella system as it has existed remains sufficient for deterring threats, including emerging threats that are emanating in Europe and Asia, man, right? It says Russia said on Wednesday it was developing its relationship with North Korea in all areas, including sensitive ones after the North Korean foreign minister held rare talks in the Kremlin with President Vladimir Putin, who has been invited to visit the reclusive nuclear armed country, man. Right? Putin has deepened Slovakia ties with North Korea since sending troops into Ukraine in 2022, and Washington has condemned what it says have been significant North Korea missile deliveries to Russia and aimed concerns that Russia could be sharing weapons technology with Pyongyang in return. All right, so the Lord is, man, we almost up out of here. You know, the Lord is turning up right now, man. We're gonna go over one chapter. Let's go over to Joel 2, right? And it reads, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain, man. That's what we're doing, man. We're blowing the trumpet, man, right? By bringing out through the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we're bringing out the prophecies and we're sharing it to our people, man, blowing that trumpet, right? And telling our people, man, war is coming. World War III is nigh, man, it means it's near, right? Which means Jacob's trouble, right? We will be in Jacob's trouble real soon, right? Which will implement the MOTB, right? Making that be worldwide, right? So we only have a few more prophecies that have to play out, man, before we up out of here, right? But right now we're blowing that trumpet by doing these videos, by going out on the streets, on the highways and byways, right? Um, bringing out the word, right? Teaching our people, right? Spreading the message of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right? Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Because we can't do nothing if the spirit is not on us, man. Right? It says, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand, man. Right? The day of the Lord is nigh, and it's very near, man. We don't have too much longer before he shows up, man. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to years of many generations, man. Right? So people think when the Lord show up, when Yahweh show up, you know, they have that mindset of, oh, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be, it's going to be a beautiful day, man. That's going to be a day of darkness, man. It's a day of destruction, man. It's a day of, when people are going to be weeping and gnashing of their teeth, man. Right? He's going to be destroying a lot of people, man. Right? And Lord willing, I'm not part of that number. Lord willing, Yahweh Ratazah, that I am part of the elect, the one for a hopeful elect, right, to be a part of that governing body under Yahweh Shai, King David, and the rest of the disciples, man, right, the apostles. So, it says, verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. Right, man. So nothing's gonna escape the nuclear missiles, man. The fire, that the fire devoureth before them, man, is the Lord, creating World War III. He's making World War III come to pass, man. Right? And behind that, it's going to be nuclear destruction, man, nuclear fallout, man. Right? Where this place will be completely wiped out, man. It's going to be completely cleansed and purified, right, through fire, man. Right? From them nuclear missiles and from the from Yahweh Shai and the chariots, man, the angels in the chariots. Right? It says, and nothing shall escape them, man. Nothing's going to escape that destruction. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. All right. So I got the NLT to the right. Just kind of help anybody that's new to this. Verse 4 from the NLT, it says, they look like horses, they charge forward like war horses. Right. Verse 5, look at them as they leap along the mountains. Listen to the noise they make, like the rumbling of chariots, like the roar of fire sweeping across a field of stubble, or like a mighty army moving into a battle, man. Right? He's describing those nuclear missiles, man. Um, they look like horses, man. They're basically just, once they get shot off, them bad boys are in the air. They on the go, right? Taking off, running, right? Back to the KJV, verse 6. Before their face, so like, let me go back to verse 4 in the KJV. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run, man. Right? Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains, right? Shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face, the people shall be much pain, man. God dang it. So like, before their face, their people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness, man. They're gonna be mourning, man. Right? All people are gonna be mourning, man, in that day of destruction, because they're gonna realize, like, oh, this is what the scriptures were talking about. This is what the men of the Lord was trying to tell us, that this is a day of destruction, man. Right? And the only people that's gonna make it out of that fire, man, is the elect, man, the chosen one, the 1/3 and the 144. Right? It says, verse 7, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path. Right? This is all talking about them ICBMs, man, nuclear missiles, man. Right? This is what it's describing. They shall run to and fro in the city, right? They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief, man. Right? So when any type of missile hits, right? it goes over any wall. It'll go over, any house. It'll come down on anything that it wants to come down. And the first thing that messes up in the house, like once that missile hit, if it's a house that's, could be a little distance, what's the first thing that's gonna happen to that house? The window's gonna get blown out, right? From that pressure of that missile hitting, man. Right? It says they shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, man, from the clouds, on the mushroom clouds, man. Right? The earth shall quake before them, right? That's when the missile hit the ground, right? What happened? Right, you're gonna feel a major quake. It says the sun and moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. All right, it's gonna be too much smoke in the air, man. Too much dust and all of that stuff is gonna be thrown into the air when those 200 million warheads hit America, man. And other places are gonna get hit as well, man. It's gonna be a lot of nuclear destruction, man. Right, across the earth, man. It says, but all of America is gonna be destroyed. All right, you go and check that shit off the list, man. Right, America is through. Right, it says, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp for his camp is very great, for he is strong, right? And that's, you know what his camp is, right? It's the angels and the elect, right? That's all, we're all part of his camp, man. Right? But 2/3 of the Israelites are not going to be a part of that, man. Right? They're going to actually take part in the destruction right along with the Edomites, most of these other nations, man. A lot of these other nations, right? It says, for he is strong that exalteth his word, man. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is great and very terrible, and who can abide it, man? Right. So that day is not going to be a day that y'all think it's going to be, man. That y'all learned from the church, right? Tell the church to tell y'all the truth in the prophecies, man. Show y'all the destruction that's coming to this place, man. Right? It says, therefore, also now saith the Lord Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your hearts, man. And that's why we do what we do, man. That's why we do our videos. That's why we be out on the street teaching, right? At camp, right? We're trying to bring our people back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua by telling them that you're praising on the wrong names when you call on God. You're praying because what God are you talking about? The scriptures literally say we are gods too, right? So you have to be specific, man. Who you talking to, man? He has a name, right? That's why the scriptures, all throughout the scriptures, right? They talk about his name. His name is a righteous tower, man, right? And his name is a strong tower, and the righteous run up into it, man. His name, right? So praying to God ain't cutting it, man. Praying in the name of JC, right? Jebus, right? Who people like to call Christ, right? And they really think that Christ is his last name. Is just mind-boggling. But it's just lack of understanding, man. Lack of study and lack of research, man. Right? So when you pray in the wrong names, right? You're not praying in righteousness, man, because you're giving your prayers and your praises and your offerings to something that doesn't exist, man, or something that's false, right? That's idolatry, man. It says, therefore also now saith the Lord Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning, man. Right? Begging the Lord, praying to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Spare me from this destruction, man. Allow me to be part of that number, right, of salvation. Right? It says, and rend your heart and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord Yahweh your power, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. Right? Well, we know Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man, is very merciful, man, because he could have just wiped it. He could have just wiped everybody off the earth during the flood, man. Right? He could have just started from scratch if he wanted to. Right? Because we haven't done anything to deserve the promises that's coming to us, man, as Israelites. Right? But we are thankful. And this is why we do the work, because we are thankful, and because we are faithful, and we are meek, man, and we are humble, and we understand the promises and the love that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has promised us, man, and has shown us. Right? It says, um, verse 14, who knoweth if he will return and repent and leave a blessing behind him, even a meat offering and a drink offering unto the Lord Yahweh, your power, man. Who knoweth it if he will return and repent, man? Right? So we basically we don't know who, while we out there teaching, right, doing these videos, we're not sure who exactly is going to turn incense and worship in sincerity and in truth, man, and ask for and repent, right, ask for forgiveness, right. But that is not going to stop us from doing this work, man. It says, verse 15, blow the trumpet in Zion, and we're blowing this trumpet right now, man. Sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly, man. Gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children and those that suck the breast. Let the bridegroom go forth of his chamber and the bride out of her closet, man. Right. We are ready, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We are ready for salvation, man. Let the bridegroom come down with his legion of angels to come get us. We are ready. Right? And if you're not ready, you better get ready real quick, because he is nigh, man. He is near, right? He will be showing up real soon, right? And just like Apostle Tahar ordained this year to be the year of Jacob's trouble, right? So, we are ready, man. It's going to be a hard time for a lot of people, man, right? But if you are in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has placed his spirit upon you, man, right? We are fearless, man. Yeah. We know that we're gonna see some things that's gonna be terrifying, but our faith and our hope and our belief and our love and respect for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna be the stability of our times, man. In that day, man, right? Because we have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Verse 17, let the priests, the ministers of the Lord Yahweh, weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, spare the people, O Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and give not thine heritage to reproach, that the heathen should rule over them. Wherefore should they say among the people, where is their power? Right? Then will the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua be jealous for his land and pity his people, man. Yea, the Lord Yahweh will answer and say unto his people, behold, I will send you corn and wine and oil, and ye shall be sanctified therewith, and I will no more make you a reproach among the heathen, man. Right? So in that time, man, we know the Lord is going to feed us. We're not worried about none of that, man. He's going to take care of us, man, during Jacob's trouble, man. Right? And like it says, and I will no more make you a reproach among the heathen, man. Right? So that day is coming. Right? That day is coming, and we can't wait, man. And it's Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. Right? So the wisdom and knowledge shall be your stronghold, man. Right? That's what's going to keep you safe in the time of Jacob's trouble, right? In the day of the Lord, man, of his return, man. When he returns, right? The wisdom and knowledge, understanding the prophecies, understanding what has to happen before he comes and when he comes, right? Knowing that we will, and having the faith and hope that we are going to be called up into those chariots to receive our new bodies, man, right? And then go down to the wilderness to receive our crowns, man, right? To get our job duties, man, to bring that hard staff upon Esau's head, man, the Edomites. Right? It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear, right? Because the fear is the beginning of knowledge, man. Right? So if you don't fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? If you don't fear the Lord Yahweh, right? You don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because he's not going to give it to you. Right? He has to put the Holy Spirit on you for you to be able to receive wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? Same way as Solomon prayed, man. He prayed for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? It says, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure, man. Behold, their valiant ones shall cry without. The ambassadors of peace shall weep bitterly, man. Right? So all these wicked kingdoms, man, Kim Jong Un, Putin, Biden, any major leader that's leading these countries, right? they're gonna be weeping bitterly, man. Right? That's the promise the Lord has given to these nations, man, especially Esau, Edom, man. This is Zephaniah 3:8, right? Because the Lord has an indignation against these wicked ass kingdoms, man, these nations, man, right? And Esau is at the top of that list, but they're not by themselves, man. Right? All these other nations that has put us in subjection, put us in captivity, right? All of them, right? Throughout history, you can go back all the way to starting from the Egyptian, when we was in Egypt in captivity, all the way through Assyrian captivity, Babylonian captivity. You can keep going on and on all the way to the slave trades, all the way up to the Arab. I think it's called the Arab. Uh, before the Atlantic slave trade, it was another slave trade with the Arabs, right? So all of these nations had put their hands on the Lord's people, man. They have touched the apple of his eye, man. Right? Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. And that's what we're doing. We're waiting patiently, man. Right? Because we truly and humbly believe, right, in the word of the Lord, man. Right? And once he says something, we know it will come to pass. Right? We have seen prophecies and miracles, man, right, since we've been in this truth, man. Right? And we understand, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right? We understand the prophecies by him, putting his spirit on us for us to gain the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Right? Because we the ones that truly fear the Lord, man. Right? It says, therefore wait ye upon me, as we are doing, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, right? And what is he doing? He's gathering the nations, man, right? He's getting them all riled up, right? And he's gathering them right now to war, right? It says, that I may assemble the kingdoms, right? You see that happening right now, to pour upon them my indignation. And how is he going to do that? By having a world war, man, through nuclear destruction, right? That's like, if you really think about it, like Yahweh Shemi Abashai, he know what he doing for real, right? Think about that, man. How can you bring major destruction, right, upon every nation that you want to bring destruction upon, right? How can you do that, right? Nuclear destruction. That's like the easiest, best way, right? Make everybody make nuclear weapons and have them shoot them bad boys off at each other. And when that happens, Yahweh Shai is gonna show up and gather his people, man. And that's what real. When people say I'm saved, like, it just trips me out, because my first question is, what are you saved from, right? You should be saying you are covered, right? If that's what you mean, you are covered, but you ain't saved. We haven't been saved yet. The destruction hasn't came yet, but it's right around the corner. Right? It says, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, right? Because he is angry, man, by them touching us, putting their hands on us, putting us in captivity, raping our women, taking our kids and our women from us, right? Cutting off our heads and our genitals, raping the men, um, making us work for no money, whipping our backs, right? You know what slaves will have to go through, man, right? And we have been through this multiple times with these other nations, man, right? It says, even all my fierce anger. So the Lord is fierce, man. He is hot with these nations, man, right? It says, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy, man. All right, so the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is not playing, right? And when he said the second second death is going to be with fire. The first one was with water, right? He flooded the whole earth. He only saved Noah, his wife, and his 3 sons and their wives. Right? It's gonna be the same thing, just with fire this time, right? So the whole earth is gonna feel parts of the destruction, but not everyone is gonna be destroyed, right? He has a certain amount of people. He said the 1/3 and the 144 for elect that he's gonna bring through the fire, right? 2/3 are gonna of Israel, right? Of Israelites, right? The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and the speckled bird, right? They are, if you're part of that number, that 2/3, man, you will be destroyed, right? But you'll be born back into the kingdom, right? But these other nations, right? A lot of them are going to be destroyed too, right? But not completely, right? He's going to allow, based off of the scriptures, he's going to allow some of them to basically stay alive and make it through the destruction, right? They're still gonna have their kingdoms, right? And then when that happens, we're gonna go out, right? Once we receive our new bodies and be crowned, and once the kingdom is being built, right? Off the backs of these Edomites, just like how we built, you know, this country, right? And they stole it, and we had to, and pretty much rebuilt it again, right? And they brought the Southern Kingdom over, right? And, basically joining the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom back together, as it says in the scriptures, what happened, right? And when that, we're gonna do the same thing to these Edomites, man, right? They got 1,000 years worth of hardcore slavery, man. The Lord said, "Do unto them double," right? So you reap what you sow, man. And those who put people in captivity, roughly paraphrasing, will go into captivity, man. Those who kill with the sword will die by the sword, man. Right. So everything those the heathen has done to our people, man, will be done to them double, man. Right, according to whose will, man. Let's get that, and then I'll end it. Right, because this is the Lord's will, man. It's his vengeance, man. Right. Ezekiel 25:13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, thy power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, right? And they of Dedan shall fall by the sword, right? And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, right? And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, our power, man. Right, so well, it's gonna be an ugly day for you Edomites, man. Right, you better hope and pray, right? Because it's not about your skin tone, it's about your nationality, right? Your spirit, right? It's not about what you look like on the outside, man. Right? So if you are part of Edom, best believe everything y'all did to us, right? We're gonna do unto you, right? And it's gonna be because of the Lord's anger. It's His will, right? It's His vengeance, right? So we might have people, Israelites, here today and say, "Man, I wouldn't harm a fly," wouldn't even touch an Edomite today. But if you're a part of that number, you're part of that elect, right? You're gonna do according to His anger, man, right? So that means that he's gonna, bring vengeance. And the Lord is, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua don't play no games, bro. So, you know, in that day, man, right, when we're in rulership, we're gonna be doing according to his anger, right? So everything that they did to us, we're gonna do unto them double, man. Right? Besides all that butt breaking stuff, we ain't on that. Israelites don't be on that. Right? But we gonna be working this shit out there, boy. Right? So Yahweh Ratazal, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to end it here, man. Shalom and a Habbatah.